Hey Flosstube, welcome to Creative Whims Studio. I hope you all had wonderful weather for your Memorial Day weekend, and I hope you get to spend time with family. We had a family cookout on Sunday because that was the better of the days as far as weather goes. And then Monday turned out to be equally beautiful, even though it was supposed to rain. So we ended up working in the yard despite the mosquitoes. My husband does this I think it's called Wisdom spray, and it really keeps the mosquitoes down. We have a pond, we live by a river, and we have woods, and the mosquitoes they will carry you off. It's crazy. So when I work outside, a lot of times I have on a long sleeve, thin shirt, long pants. I mean, I'm sweating so bad, but it's better than getting ate up by mosquitoes. But I had to transfer my hostas that were along the side of my studio because we cut those trees down, and now it's going to be full sun, and they will just burn. And so it's really pretty where we're putting them around. I'll show you. Eventually, I plan on doing like a little garden video for you to show you all the craziness I take care of in the summer, but I love it. It's therapy for me. So Sunday, Bree and Eric and Ellery had other plans, so we didn't get to spend time with them over the weekend, but that's okay, you know, stuff happens. But we were sad. Insert cry face here. I'm on the wrong week in my notes here. That's not going to be helpful. Then, so like I said, Monday we worked in the yard all day. And then Tuesday I took off to Ohio. I went with my friend Jan. Jan and I have been friends forever. You know, I forgot I haven't done that video yet of like telling my whole story with my business. She's a big part of that story. But we've been friends for many years. Our kids, like Brianna is the same age as her two oldest. She kind of falls right there in the middle. And so they did a lot of things together. And anyway, her and I went down to Findlay, Ohio, to the craft gallery to pick up Good Tidings. The reason I paused is because I forgot to bring that over. I'll have to go get it. I met Karen Simmons there. Her and her husband came from, I think it was the Cincinnati area. And it was a pleasure meeting her, and oh my gosh, we talked about stitching, and Carlton and Paula, of course, from Craft Gallery, the owners of Craft Gallery, are super sweet. They were so welcoming, and it was such a great visit. Oh my gosh, and their shop is so awesome, and it's just laid out beautifully. Like, I did a video, so I'll insert that, but just the way they have it laid out, the front is all the models and the patterns. And then you walk through this doorway, and there's all the linen and all the floss. And then behind that, they have tables set up where people come and stitch, and they probably teach classes there. And then to the side of that is all their moldings for framing. They have it just laid out beautifully and very organized. We had a great time. And Paula made... I'm gonna have the link to the recipe below because y'all have to try it. She made, from cooks.com, Georgia peanut butter fudge cake. She made that for us, and it was so sweet. We had a piece while we were there, and then she gave me this little container and filled it, you know, like 4 or 5 of them in there. She's like, take them home to your family, and it was just so sweet. So thank you, Paula. Oh my gosh, there's still one piece left, and I'm like really trying not to eat it. Oh, I don't eat a lot of sugar, but I'm telling you what, next time I have a family gathering, that is the dessert I'm gonna make because I know the boys will love it. And I was hoping they would be here yesterday when Ellie was here and they would eat it, but they didn't show up. And then of course yesterday I had Ellery, which is always such a blessing. And then like tonight my husband has a gig with his classic rock band Green Bottle Fly, and then tomorrow he's playing in Kalamazoo, which is like 3 hours away, and that's his Beatles tribute band, Shout. I'm not going to the one tomorrow because I will be working And, you know, anyways, but I wanted to kind of share something I watched throughout the week this week as I was designing for Stitchmaynia. And it was very fitting because of Memorial Day, but it was called Band of Brothers. And I'm not sure exactly when this was released, but I had it on my Amazon Prime Video. So I watched that this week. And those kind of movies always really get me. Like, tears flow. It's so unreal what people have to go through so that we can have freedom. And, you know, I think we, normal citizens, we take it so for granted. And I think it's important to watch those kind of movies once in a while. As hard as it is, I think we owe it to our veterans and our fallen soldiers to watch those videos to see what they had to go through. And the Band of Brothers was told through the eyes of World War II veterans. And Steven Spielberg, oh God, who was the other one? I forget the other producer, but I mean, top quality filming and acting. It was amazing. And as I'm watching it, I recognize a lot of the actors in, so that's why I was thinking, well, this must be kind of old because a lot of these actors have been in other things that I have watched recently. But anyway, and you know what else it makes me think? It really struck me because for one reason, my mom's boyfriend, Jerry, he's a Vietnam vet, and he has shared stories with us. He was in charge of people coming in, the young men coming in, and they would be the first ones to go in a helicopter. They were kind of not used, they were the ones that would go in first to look and see where, you know, their troops were or where the enemy was, or, you know, and so they got shot at a lot. He saw a lot of really bad things, and he has PTSD, and he struggles. He's 70 years old, and he struggles, and I totally understand why he struggles. I mean, I understand why he struggles. I can't say that I understand completely, because we can never understand completely what they have seen and what they've gone through and how it affects their entire life for the rest of their lives. But what it makes me think is this: we as American citizens should really do our best to live our best life, because we have so much freedom to be and do what we want. And because of these people that sacrificed, maybe they sacrificed with their life, or they sacrificed a chunk of their life in combat, do you think they wanted to be there? You know, they would have done anything to have come home and lived a normal life. And then to see, it must make them crazy when they see someone throwing their life away or complaining about the most ridiculous things. You know, anyways, we need to make, and just in honoring our veterans and our fallen soldiers, our fallen men and women, we need to live the best life we can. And that's our way of honoring them. Oh, if you haven't watched Band of Brothers, there's a lot of things that are hard to watch, but it's part of our country. And anyway, I need to move on. I'm sorry. I'm very emotional about that whole thing. Okay, announcements. Are y'all glad Maynia's done? I'll say today is Friday, May 31st, so June 1st tomorrow, we're done with Maynia. I enjoyed it completely, but I'm glad it's done because it made me work. Well, not necessarily 7 days a week, because sometimes if I knew I wasn't going to be able to do it a certain day, then the day before I would do 2, or the day after that I would do 2. But it made me work really hard, which is great. I have a lot of designs that now I need to send out to the stitchers, and I'm just so excited to, you know, pull the floss and get those sent out one by one, slowly but surely. I will be doing that in the coming week. But yeah, I'm relieved it's done because I really am excited about cleaning my studio. What else? Oh, and I got to pick up those paintings. I'm meeting Karen in Bay City, which is about a 45-minute drive from here, on June 10th to give her those original paintings of those angels. So yay, I can't wait to see her face, and hopefully I can videotape that. Also, I think I told you I videotaped at Craft Gallery. I will be inserting that at the end of the video. And then the punch needle tutorial, it will be up and running tomorrow. I didn't get it done this week because I had Monday off, pretty much had Tuesday off because I was gone all day in Ohio. And then I was off yesterday with Ellery. So I really only had Wednesday to work. And today, after designing for Maynia and preparing for Flosstube, that's pretty much it. Something else I did last week was go with my mom and my brother and our oldest boy, Kyle. We went to the storage unit where my mom had things. When she sold her house, she had things in storage because they weren't sure if her and Jerry were going to live in Florida or if they were going to come back here and get a condo. Anyway, she needed to clean all that out. So I have to show you some of my early original paintings. This is how I painted when I first started my business. And if you've watched all my videos in the past, number one, thank you. But also I talked about how it was one of my funny business stories where I had a lady call me and say that she had bought some original paintings from me and they molded in her attic. And I told her that was not mold, that was the style of painting that I did. Well, you'll understand now. Because remember I said I wish I could show you some of them. Well, my mom had some in storage, so I'm going to show you. Very folk art looking. So as you can see, that mottled brown is just like spattered paint. And some of these are, I think, were dated. I used to always date my stuff. Yeah, this was 1993, and I started my business in, well, let me back up. Kyle was born in 93. That's where I gauge all this from. 94 is when I started selling wholesale. 92 is when I quit my job at like a graphic design place and started painting watercolors and doing art shows. And then I went into painting this style, this kind of country look. And I will insert a picture of the original Santa, Saint Nick paintings that I was doing. And I happened to be at a craft show in Ann Arbor, and a man came in the booth and bought one of my Santa paintings, and he said, "Do you wholesale?" And I looked at him like deer in the headlights, and I'm like, "What do you mean wholesale?" And he said, "Well, my wife and I own a shop just down the road, so when the show's over, come on down to our shop so we can talk." He said, "But basically I would buy several of these paintings from you at a discounted price, and then I would mark them up to sell them in my shop." That's what started the whole ball rolling for selling wholesale to shops. So that was painted, what did I say, it was painted in 93. So Kyle was born. So this was early on. I didn't start wholesaling until 94. Here is a snowman. They're just very basic, very primitive country little paintings. And these are actually the originals. Let's see, what is this one? This one doesn't have the year. And all the frames, oh yeah, there's a lot of glare. All the frames were raw wood when we got them, and we painted them, sanded them, stained them. In the back, this says, it's got a little, this Primitive Folk was the name of our company, and this was on the back of the paintings. And it says, Teresa A. Kogut resides in Michigan with her husband Kevin, son Kyle, and stepdaughter Brianna. Teresa's love of art began at an early age. As a young child, she was always drawing and coloring. Through the years, she has developed a unique and personable style of painting. A graduate of fine arts from her hometown college, Teresa mostly painted oil portraits. Oh God, yes, I did, and that was really difficult. It was after graduation that she took the watercolor class at her local art institute and fell in love with the freedom of watercolors. Watercolor paintings have a wonderful softness and warmth, says Teresa. Her family and love of American traditions are her inspirations. I believe God has given me a true gift in my ability to express a kind and gentle love through my artwork, says Teresa. She has over 75 published works and many more to come. Also look for paper products featuring Teresa's artwork. And it says primitive folk watercolor paintings that enhance your home and warm your heart. And this with this little bunny pulling the cart. I mean the little bunny. Oh my gosh, the bunny in the cart with the carrots and the little sheep pulling it. That was my logo. Oh my gosh, this just brings back so many memories. And I've only got a couple more to show you. But these, I mean, like I said, 75 published works. But they're just very, very basic. I mean, I painted these so fast. And I'll get more into that when I share my whole story, because it's a pretty funny story. Crazy times. I forgot all about that I was going to film that for y'all. But anyway, so that, I just thought that would be fun to show you. I've come a long way, baby. I mean, those are very rudimentary paintings compared to what I do now. But it's all part of the process. It's fun to share that journey with you. Okay, whips. I have no whips. Oh, wait. So I started talking about the punch needle tutorial. It'll be up tomorrow, and let me tell you why it's not up already. When I was doing the punch needle tutorial, I was using the Ultra Punch and the Maynia. Oh my gosh, the Ultra Punch and the CTR. I have not used the Ultra Punch in many, many years. Probably 10 or more, I don't know how long, but a long time. And I had a real struggle when I was punching with it in the tutorial, and it was cutting my thread, and I was just having it fit. So I have to refilm that portion of the video. And I haven't had time to do that. That's why it's not up yet. Whips, I don't have any. I'm now that Maynia's done, I will be getting back into painting and punching. Previous finishes, I have so much to share this week that I'm not going to show previous finishes either, because I have lots of haul that I want to share with y'all. Because after we were done at Craft Gallery, oh, this is funny too, because we were talking with Karen and her husband. I'm so sorry, Karen, I can't think of your husband's name. I want to say Mark, but I'm not sure if that's right. They were both very sweet people, and they love antiquing. And so I said, oh, well, when we leave here, we're going to Jeffrey's. Have you ever been there? And they're like, oh, where's that at? I'm like, oh, well, you can't miss, it's right off 75. I'm thinking, you live in Ohio and you didn't know about Jeffrey's? But duh, they were coming in from the east, so they don't get on 75. You know, unless you're traveling to Michigan from Findlay, you're not gonna see it. You're not gonna know about Jeffrey's. So they went there, and we actually ran into them later. When we were checking out, they got in line right behind us, and they were checking out too. And she said, oh my gosh, thank you so much for sharing this place with us. So I'm going to show you the haul that I got there. Oh my gosh, I love this. Well, I know I've shared with you in the past that my husband and his best friend, it's actually my friend Jan's husband. Paul and Kevin were friends before Jan and I were, and that's actually how Jan and I became friends. But they brew beer together, and I found this cute little bucket. It says Columbus Oktoberfest, but you gotta see the little dude on the bucket. Okay, it's not coming in clear. Look how cool he is. He's like leaning in. He's got on lederhosen, if I'm saying that right. Anyways, it's so stinking cute. And my husband and I, well, when we remodel the basement, which is an ongoing project, I've been doing the SpongeBob thing, and I'll go 10 years later, like they do on SpongeBob. But you know, the man works a lot, so I should have took all these little price tag thingies off first. Okie dokie. We have this, a round punch needle will be so stinking cute on that, as well as a round punch needle will be so cute on that. It's a little bit bigger than the other one. Love, love, love. And I got this adorable Belmont household nail box. It actually has the little nails in it. But the reason I love it is it's black and orange for Halloween. And I have a little Halloween, I think I might have showed it to you before, but a little display of Halloween items. So this will go in that display. I love this Blue Seal package Vaseline petroleum jelly with the glass jar. Oh gosh, I wish we would go back to glass jars for stuff like that rather than all the plastic crud we use now. What I'm gonna do with that, I don't know. It's cute. I don't know when I do it. And I got this amazing tin that I absolutely love and adore. And this will be on display down here at my studio. I have a lot of these tins. It's got the handles and it has the lid. I think I paid $30 for it. And I just love it. And they're nice. These are nice to get. Like if it has a lid, I don't do this. But if I get a tin and it doesn't have a lid, you can put a Christmas tree in it for Christmas. Isn't that cool? And last, oh wait, I'm gonna insert a picture of this trunk I bought. This trunk, when I first saw it, I was absolutely in love with it. But I'm thinking, oh, it's gonna be, you know, $130 or, you know, $150. It was 92 bucks, and I couldn't resist it. It's double walled. I'm not gonna show the inside of it, but it's double walled. It has a tin top, and it's on casters, little roller casters, and it has these metal corners on them. The color, the chippy paint, absolutely to die for. And it's in my living room, so I'm gonna insert a picture here. And then I found the mother load of books for my punch needle, y'all. I'm so excited. There's a lot of books at Jeffrey's, and most antique places you go to, you'll find books. I mean, I found books that were $30, and I'm thinking, who on earth is gonna pay? I mean, I guess you should look inside. Maybe a famous person signed it. I don't know, but I'm not gonna pay $30 for a book. The highest I spent was $6. The lowest I spent was $2.50. So if it's a super, super cool color, I'll pay $6. But for the most part, they were, the majority of them were $5. I got, I think, 2 or 3 that were $2.50, which was a steal of a deal. So I'm just gonna run through the colors. Awesome burgundy. Awesome red. This is a very unique greenish, kind of tealish, bluish. Love it. Oh, and I'm just going to pause right here and show you, in case you've just started watching me and you're saying, what is she going to do with punch needle with the books? I want to show you what I do with these books. When I'm finished with my punch needle, I adhere them to antique books. Not all of them, but a lot of them. And then you can open them up and they make like a little stand, and you can stand them on a shelf or in a cabinet. So that's why I'm crazy about these books. And I try to get, you know, like this one is nice and thin. That's what I try to do, is get the thinner ones. This is a nice, I don't know, grungy color. It's just kind of icky looking, but it's a nice neutral, so I know that will work with many. This one is like a kind of a bluish green. This one is a nice light green, sagey green. And we have another red. It's a little bit bright, but for the right Christmas one, it'll be perfect. A nice blue. And this looks just, I should have took this off. There's a cover on it. This orange is awesome. It has this weird little plastic thing on it though. Look at that orange, y'all. Oh my gosh, is that delicious. Love that. This red, it looks bad there, but it will be covered pretty much. Another blue, another amazing color, blue. And then I've got this one, which, look how thick that is. I'm probably not going to put a punch needle on it, but it's a hymn book. I paid $3 for it. And like this one, The Redeemer. And I sometimes take the pages out and I will cover a canvas with it and then paint an angel and then use these papers, you know, as a scrapbook type background. So I will either put a punch needle on it, but more than likely I would just tear the pages out and use them Oh yeah, look at this one. This one says Christmas. Yeah, this would be really, yeah, that's probably what I'm gonna do with it. So that's my haul from, I was gonna say Craft Gallery. I actually did buy something from Craft Gallery. I bought a frame. I ordered a frame and she said it should be in Friday, which is today. So next week I will be able to frame Good Tidings. I'm going, when I get the frame in, I'm gonna stain it because it's too white, but it's a really cool frame. Matter of fact, I'm not even gonna show you Good Tidings until next week when I have it fully finished, because why show it this week and then show it frame next week? It's worth the wait. You will love it. Oh, right. Moving right along here. Get this haul out of my way. Now we're on to Maynia, and I can show you my designs from Maynia. This is the first one. It's called My Dears. Then what I'm showing you is in the program, this is what it will look like stitched. The colors, the linen color here is going to be really important, because if I get the linen color too light, the snowman won't show up. If I get it too dark, the reindeer won't show up. So it's going to be critical to get the right linen color for that one. My Dears. That was a painting I did not too long ago. I think it was a painting that I did, I want to say in April, but I'm not sure. Okay, so then when I was done with that one, this one, you saw the painting. I did the painting during April for my April challenge of a painting a day. This Fox and Friend, I got him charted, guys. Whoops. Isn't he cool? He's looking at a little bird. And then the green, the light green background, that's going to be my linen color. Then I designed, oh my gosh, he's so cute. This one is called Midnight. And I have another stitched piece that, look at that little kitty, that has a cat coming out of a pumpkin. But this guy is a little bit more folk art looking, and then with the addition of the plaid, not plaid, what do you call it? Whatever, the ground that the pumpkin's sitting on, and then love those little leaves coming out. And I love the face on that cat. So he's quite a bit different. Plus my other cat, yeah, my other cat is like more cutesy. Black-eyed kitty is the other one. And then this one, Old Friend. This is my old friend here, and he has just done, he's been so good to me, let's just put it that way. And then on this one, the background color is going, or the linen color is going to be all of that mustard. So you'll actually have to stitch that navy part. But isn't he cool? So a lot of the bear is actually going to be the linen color as well. So there's a lot of negative space there, which I think is going to be really cool. I tried, because I was going to have this on navy linen, and I thought, no, there's more stitching with that mustardy color, and plus stitching on a dark navy can be difficult for some people. Okay, so the pin keeps that I showed, where are they? Oh, they're on the table. Well, the pin keeps that I showed, or not, they're not pin keeps, I'm sorry. The giveaway last week was your choice of the tin or the tin and wood candle stands. But I'm going to have, I designed 2 cross stitch pieces to be made into pin keeps that will go on top of those candle stands. If that makes any sense at all. So here's the first one. This is like 3 inches by 3 inches, so it will go on the smaller candle stand. And they're called, actually both of the patterns will be in one pattern. So this is the 3 inch by 3 inch, and it's called Home Sweet Home Pin Keep. That's the 3 inch, and then the 4 inch is this one here. So they just have, you know, the flavor of home, and they're done with very earth tone colors, which I absolutely love. Did I show them all? Oh no, I have one more. Where's the, okay, this is the one I did this morning. And this is from a painting. I did this painting, it's very primitive looking, on an antique board. I guess I should go grab the painting and show it to you as well, but a nautical one, and this is called Sailor's Delight. In this one also, the linen color is going to be super important because I want it to be kind of a blue, and it can't be too dark, and if it's too light, then the sails on the ship don't show, so that will be super important. So there you go, that was my week of Maynia. I'm going to pause it right here and see if I can find the painting. It wasn't as hard as I thought to find the painting. But this is painted on an old, you know, breadboard. Oops. Oh, can you see it without a bunch of glare? So that was my inspiration for that. Maynia design. So that's Maynia, guys. Oh, and also at the end, no, actually, I'm just going to insert this. My mom and Jerry are all settled in. We had an electrician come out, so they have a 220 hookup now, and they're not blowing the breaker constantly. They have, you know, they're fully hooked up to the septic field, so you know, all of that is done. They've full on water. The only thing that they're lacking now is dish, because my mom said I'm sick of watching just regular TV. So they're getting dish hookup like Monday or Tuesday of next week, and home sweet home. And we set up, we have a screened in tent, and we set that up for them, and we had a picnic table that collapses. We set that up for them, so now they can sit outside, no bugs. It's awesome, and they're loving it. So I'm going to insert a little short video here that shows their setup. Okay, so I'm on the deck of my studio, and there's the pond, and then there is my mom's camper. So I got this outdoor kitchen right there. See, my studio's right there, and they're hooked up to my studio. Isn't it pretty out here? It's so pretty. I bought her this hanging plant for Mother's Day with the hook. And then we set up that tent there for them. Alright, we're gonna go. Alrighty. So here is there's the front door that I just came in right there. So back there is the bedroom and the bathroom, and they have like a washer and dryer and everything back there. And then there's the dining room and this beautiful entertainment center. Oh, you can see our reflection. Isn't it gorgeous? Nice big couch. Emma Sue with her poor cone on. No baby. 2 recliners. And then the full kitchen here. Isn't this beautiful? The color, I love the color. You get the skylights and everything. So anyway, just wanted to show you. All right, now we're going to go on to questions and answers. I had a couple comments from, these aren't questions, but they were just comments that I thought I would share. Gwen St. John and I Cross Stitch, both of those ladies mentioned that I should get a DMC color card or whatever. I actually have that, but I don't know if I have an older one or what, but it doesn't have all the colors in it. And it's hard. I don't know, something about having the floss and I can lay it right up against the paper to see if it's matching. So I don't know. I don't know. I still may end up going to Joanne. However, Edwina Bang, which I love your name, and I hope I'm saying it right, she suggested that I purchase the floss that I use the most of the DMC and then just have that on hand so I won't have to keep running to Joann. And I love that idea. And I actually have, yeah, I don't know why I didn't think of that. But I have bags over here. Like I have a huge, they're not Ziploc bags, but they're just bags that like I ship my artwork in or prints or something. And but they have the reclosable seal. Anyways, I have like black and, you know, darks. So I have dark browns. So I have all that. I guess I can just do that and kind of color match, because I'm always buying DMC, and I have one that says reds and oranges. I have one that says yellows. I have one that says, you know, neutrals. So it's all the light colors, flesh tones and things like that. All the greens, all the blues. Yeah. So I thank you for something I should have figured out on my own, but you know, that's why I'm here, y'all. I need you to school me. Kyle Rekemeyer, Stitching and Sound. I'm going to read his on the computer because I usually write out all the questions, but this was kind of long and I didn't feel like writing it all out. Kyle said, I have a question. Have you ever had an idea for a design, a painting, that you've had in the back of your mind for weeks, months, or even years, no matter the scale of it, but you were never able to execute it for whatever reason? Whether that reason is because you didn't think you'd be able to match the vision you had, you attempted it but it never turned out right, or any other reason. And he said, speaking personally, I've had an idea for a very large novel, but I've always hesitated to start because of the scale of the idea and my fear of it not living up to my own expectations. Whoo, that was a big one. I have not had anything in my head that I've dreamt up that I've wanted to do for years. I mean, I have ideas. You've seen my sketchbooks. I have lots of ideas that I have not been able to get to, but it's not because it intimidated me at all. It's because I don't have time. There was one of my videos early on, I can't remember how this came about, but I was talking about I would like to take on a huge project though, and work on it maybe, you know, a few hours a week and just continue to work on it. And maybe it'll take me 10 years or 20 years, but it will be a masterpiece when it's done. And I want it to be something super different than what I normally do. Does that make sense? And anyways, like it's just a huge project. It doesn't even have to be painting, you know, it could be mosaic. I love that idea. It could be found objects that I, you know, somehow piece together. I don't know what it's going to be because it hasn't come to me yet. And I think at the time I inserted a picture of an artist that took guitar picks, different colored guitar picks, and made like a mosaic with the guitar picks, and it was Jimi Hendrix. And I can insert a picture here so you can see what I'm talking about. But that is the kind of project I want to do, something that will take me hours and hours and hours, because my paintings don't take that long. The ones that I do, I would say between 5 and 8 hours. Other than those two huge angels that I did, but still I probably have, I don't know, maybe 15 hours into each, 10 hours into each, tops. So I'd like something that I work on years, you know, and that's just something huge. And it doesn't intimidate me. I don't get intimidated by large projects, because I think for me, if it's something that I'm that passionate about, I will work on it until I'm happy with it. And so that leads me to what I want to say directly to you, Kyle, is this: don't let that intimidate you, especially if it's a large enough project that you're going to be working on it for years. As you grow, as you go through life, and you get more wise and you have more things happen in your life, and your mind changes, and your experiences in life will mold you. You'll become a better writer as you go through life. Do you know what I'm saying? So start on it. That is my big thing. And that's so funny. It just, oh my gosh. This is weird. Before I read your comment, I already had my question figured out for this week. The question this week is, what would you do if you knew you could not fail? Oh my gosh, I've just got the goosebumps. That's crazy. That's crazy. But yeah, I want you to start on that, Kyle, you know, because I always think about this too. You know, a year from now you'll be glad you did, or 2 years from now you'll be glad you did. It may take you 5 years to get that novel written. But so what? If you never start it, you're never going to finish it. I mean, and you of all people with the amazing stitching that you do on the Mirabilias, I hope I said that right. I mean, you take on big projects in cross stitch. And I'm sure when you first start that, it's got to be a little like, oh my gosh, this is going to take me forever. But you work at it a little bit every day and you get them done and they're gorgeous. You are an amazing stitcher and you take, like I said, you take on huge projects. So think of your novel as in the same way, because you just got to start. It's like that. I think there is a book or a saying or something, but you know, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. I mean, you know, you can't eat the whole elephant in one sitting. I know that sounds disgusting. I'm never going to eat an elephant, but it's just a, you know, it's just a saying, y'all. Don't freak out. But you know, that's how you take on a big project, is just one bite at a time, one day at a time, one, you know, one page at a time, you know. So anyways, that's it for, no it's not, I'm sorry, I have one more question. Cindy Flinchbaugh, I hope I said that right. Frosty cross stitch, oh I showed that last week. She asked me what color fabric did it get stitched on. Oh Lord, I should have had that right. I might have it right here. Oh, I don't. Pause. Right here. Frosty the snowman. So she was talking about this I showed last week. It's called Frosty. It's cross stitch 129. And I also have that in punch needle, and it's PN129. That is 30 count Weeks Dye Works linen mocha. So there you go. That's it for questions. Last but not least, we have our, well, no, I'm sorry. We have our giveaway. I'm going to insert the video of the YouTube random comment picker here. We are at the YouTube random comment picker, and we're going to see who wins the candle stand, which you can make into a pin keep. And the winner is Cindy Poole. And she said, we don't have any stitchery shops here in our area, so I have to order online. I order from 123 Stitch. And then she said either for either of those candle stands. So thank you, Cindy, for participating, and congratulations. Send me your email and I'll get that right out to you. Thanks. Bye. So congratulations. If you could send me your mailing address to the email right here on the screen, that'd be great. It's also listed in the description box below. I'm trying to talk too fast and it's messing me up. So this week's giveaway, okay, I couldn't think of what I was going to do for the giveaway. So I figure, why not give away Mr. Frosty? In the heat of summer, don't you want to stitch snowmen? So here you go. This is the giveaway for this week. And what I want you to do is this. Let me write this down. Cross-stitch 129. Okay, the question is, if you could not fail, what would you do? Is there anything that you, like, maybe you want to open, you would open a store, a craft store or a stitchy store, or, you know, maybe you would open a store where you have tutorials and have classes, or, you know, I don't know. But if you could do anything you wanted and you could not fail, you could not get hurt, you know, maybe you want to go skydiving, but you're too scared to do it. If you could do anything and you could not fail or get hurt, what would you do? I suppose I need to answer that too, right? Oh gosh. I don't know. because everything that I can think of that I want to do, I do. Like, I love what I do. I love painting. I love designing cross stitch. I love designing punch needle. I love doing punch needle. I love teaching punch needle. I love creating e-courses. I love everything. And I don't have a desire to jump out of a plane. That doesn't even interest me whatsoever. Yeah, I don't know. I'll think about it. And if I can think of something this week, I'll put it in next week's video, but I don't know. I really can't think of anything. I'm sure there's something, but right now I can't think of it. So, and I'm going to let you go because this is running way too long. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all your comments, all your support. Make sure that this week's winner, you have a week to claim your prize. So far that's working out beautifully. People get a hold of me right away. I get their whatever they want out like with the next day or the day after. So that's working perfectly. And I'm just happy that you're here. I appreciate your support, and I read every single comment, and please feel free to ask questions, and I will see you next week. Bye now. I'm back. I totally forgot about the Chinese fortune teller, guys. I'm so sorry. This week is Julie Cano. She chose blue 1-4. So let's check this out. BLUE1 and then 4. Tell a funny personal story. A funny personal story. Give me a minute. I gotta think of one. Okay, this is funny and embarrassing and sinful. When I was about 5 years old, I might have even been 4, but I'm thinking 5. I wasn't in school. My brother was at school. He's 2 years older than me. And so I would go everywhere with my mom. And we happened to be with one of her friends, and we were just out shopping. And when I was little, I had a fetish for little things, like miniature. Like, I didn't have a dollhouse, so not that kind of miniature things, but just like little things. I don't know. I still like that kind of thing. Like those little tins. I love collecting those little tins, antique tins. And anyways, so I still have a little bit of that fetish in me. Well, we were at this Christian store. It's not necessarily a bookstore, but I guess a gift store. Christian gift shop, downtown Flint, back in the day. And I asked my mom if I could get this little miniature Bible. It was probably 2 inches by 3 inches. It was just this tiny, tiny little Bible. And she said no. And we got in the car to leave. And my mom, like after she made her purchase, she handed me the bag, and her friend, made her purchases. We get in the car, I'm in the back seat, and I keep looking in this bag and looking in the bag. And my mom notices it. And she turns around, she says, "Why do you keep looking in the bag?" Why I put it in the bag is beyond me. But I mean, I'm 4 or 5. She takes the bag from me, and I had stolen that little Bible that I wanted. Oh my gosh, that's so embarrassing. I mean, stealing a Bible, is it an oxymoron? What do you call those things? Where it just like a double entendre? I don't know. But I stole a Bible. I can say so many things here, but I'm not going to. So my mom was mortified, of course, and marched me right back in to the store, and I had to give the Bible back, and I apologized. My mom, good mom. And the dude, well, maybe it was a woman, I don't know, whoever was behind the counter, the clerk, said, because this thing was, probably $1 or whatever, and the person had the nerve to say, oh, she can have it. My mom was like, most certainly not. She cannot have that. She stole it. She is giving it back, and she's apologized, and we are leaving. And we probably never went to that store again. I think my mom was really ticked off at the clerk, which I don't blame her, because she's trying to teach me a lesson, and the person's like, oh, you can have it. But anyway, that's my funny story. Bye, y'all.